Hi, everyone. This is Michael Condon representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network, and this is episode number 9 of the Bacta tank. Well, officially episode 9. It's really like episode 30, but you know what I'm saying. And starting off today, I will be getting tanked with none other than big surprise, Rural Farm Boy. Hello,
Evening,
Anthony.
Star Wars friends. Evening, friends.
Anthony's been doing a lot of stream watching lately.
Yes, I have. Just today.
Anytime anytime I click on a stream, you're there. So
Got the time to do it now.
yeah, I unfortunately am still working, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm working and I'm making some money, but I'd rather be sitting at home and playing Star Wars and streaming and doing whatever else
Like me,
there
getting.
is.
Unfortunately, I'm at home and I'm still getting paid for work days. Yeah, and listening to. I'm getting paid for listening to Star Wars podcasts at home, pretty much.
Well, my girlfriend's upset with me because she'd rather have me be home, but my whole thing is who knows if and when we're going to get any money from the government or from a bailout. So I'm just going to keep working as much as I can and hope to get as much as I can. So I mean that's pretty much where I am. I'm working other stores and wherever I can, picking up as much overtime as I can or extra hours because I think my store pretty much I went down this week from my normal 35, 40 hours to I went from 5 days to 4 days, and then instead of working 7 or 8 hours, I'm working 5 or 5.5 hours. So I lost basically like 2 days. So I have to make those 2 days up somewhere else, and it just happens to be 6 or 7 days a week instead of whatever. But I got my Mondays, so that's I'm off. Well, I'm off actually this week. I'm off Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. But it's all complicated with bonuses and the way New York City is. And I was scheduled to work on Tuesday. They changed the schedule, so I still get paid for working half a day on Tuesday, even though I don't work. So I'm purposely not working, picking up any shifts on Tuesday or Saturday, so I can get my half day pay.
Mhm.
And you know,
I'm
um,
just taking a look
work.
at the live chat. We got a bunch of friends. I
Oh,
see. I see. Miss Christina's there. Charlie Skywalker's there. Kylo Customs is in there. David from Followers of the Force, who just come out of Rebel Scum with us. He's aboard. Charles Westcott, Conversations is there. Let me see. Somebody else brand new just popped in. And I'm going to go and want to say, yeah, from a certain point of view. Is that Josh or Adam? Because I don't remember. Andy Lemire just popped in. Welcome, many friends. All in
welcome
the chat room.
everybody. Welcome all the new ones. Followers of the Force. They just became my latest subscriber. I think they brought me up to 800, and I don't know where I was. I lost a couple. I lost a couple subscribers this week, so I don't know if it's because everybody else is streaming, I'm not, or they just smartened up. But um, I lost
Cam
four.
Ray. There's
I lost
Cam Ray. Yeah.
4 or 5 people this week. But whatever. It's just a numbers game. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. I'm not too worried about it. You can't sweat the small stuff. Um, Charlie Skywalker says I'm at 817 right now. So we're slowly getting there. Because as most of you people in here know, my goal is to get to the 1,000 so that I can live stream from Star Wars Celebration. Knock on wood right here. Now everything's shaking like an earthquake. But yeah, so I can live stream from there. But I have to have 1,000 according to YouTube. And I was doing pretty good. I was averaging about 4 or 5 people a day. And then the last couple of weeks or month or so, I've dropped off quite a bit. So I don't know if I've gone through our pool of friends. Everyone's subscribed. And, I just see Christina, my 2 kids subscribed.
Yep.
You know
I was
what?
going to bring it up.
Get your kids to subscribe. They never have to watch. Block them if you need to. Get your babysitter to subscribe, the guy pumping your gas, whoever. They don't, I'm not in it to be making money. So it's not one of those things where I need my subscribers to watch. I need subscribers so that my friends can watch me pretty much do whatever the hell I feel like doing. So, walking, who knows, maybe I could do a live stream walking through Times Square because there's nobody there, and it'd be kind of freaky. Do it late at night, like my own little apocalypse show. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. That's pretty much it. Everybody's either not working and waiting for money, or lucky enough, like Rural Farm Boy, who's getting paid.
I call that more fortunate than lucky.
Well,
I feel very fortunate that they're still willing to pay me to sit at home and listen to Star Wars podcasts. Because a couple months ago, I didn't have anything to do at work, so I'd go to work and walk around and listen to folks like Followers of the Force and Hall of Chronicles for 8 hours and get paid for it, and then get in the car and come home.
I mean, the only real benefit is I've been able to rebel a little bit easier, except for when I go to new stores or different places that I can't really get away with it, or it's actually busy. That's a lot of times when I'm rebelling, it's at work, and I can be in the back or doing whatever I get to choose, because I've been there for longer than most people, and can kind of cherry pick what I want to do, or if I do get to do it, still rebel and sneak it without really anyone saying anything to me. But it's just too busy, and at the new places, that's why I'm there helping them out. So my list, the other day my list was a full page, a full Twitter page, and then about another half a Twitter page. And instead of hitting save, I hit delete. So I had to go back and try and remember everything that there was, and I know I missed a bunch of them. But hanging out with you, yeah, they got
her husband to subscribe.
All right. Oh yeah, I forgot that you work at Disney World. Okay.
Yeah, David does. Yes, he does. He's a photographer.
I forgot about that. But
Magic Kingdom.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. With everybody's having hard times now and hoping for a bailout, or hoping that their routine gets back, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully soon enough. I know they said that they're expecting it to peak this week with the lockdown and everything, because it takes the 3 to 5 days with a maximum of 2 weeks. So they're figuring that. Well, I know, like, especially New York and California, it's supposed to peak this week. But you have places, I think Cannon Junkie posted today that, or somebody did that.
In Michigan, yep.
One of the, maybe it wasn't him then. Somebody else posted from Louisiana.
Scotty J-Ro?
Maybe, I don't.
No, Mark Marquis.
I don't remember who it was. I just saw today that Louisiana has the highest rate of climb or whatever. So, and they blamed it on Mardi Gras, which there's a good chance of that, but we'll see. So, we have somebody. Adam just subscribed. Thank you, Adam.
Adam Goswick from Certain Point of View. Brand new show. Good show. Get them in your playlist. Recommended listening by me.
It's in my playlist.
Yep. Saturday afternoon live chats on their show. They just started YouTube, and their first YouTube was a success. Live chat. Because I was there to make sure.
So, all right. So that's it with the news about that. We still don't really know what's going to be happening with a lot of our cons and with the big one Celebration, but I was kind of excited because Emerald City Comic-Con rescheduled theirs for August, and they did it for the week before Celebration. So I had this great idea. I'd go to Emerald City Comic-Con I'd fly out to Seattle and go to Emerald City Comic Con and do that, and then come down to Disneyland and do a day or two at Disneyland. And then we have our house Wednesday for celebration and do celebration, and then figure out if I still want to do Disney a day after or whatever.
So you're aiming to do back to back, Emerald
Nope.
City and then.
Nope, because I have a wedding the weekend before. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't think I'd be making it. Well, I got to figure out, because if Comic Con's like, I got to figure out the exact dates when they reschedule it. If it's like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or if it's 4 days, or however they're doing it, because I might be able to sneak in after, the wedding's on Saturday, sneak out Sunday morning, first flight, get there 10 or 11 in the morning. I could be there probably by 12 or 1, get a half a day in or a day in, and then, but we'll see. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way, especially if we have these government checks coming out. I can, try and figure something else out too that will help. But it's just, everything's up in the air right now, and I think they should have shut everything down a week or two before they did, but it's too late to second guess that, and it's where we are. So I guess we should start with Anthony. Anthony, you got a mashup for us?
I was thinking long and hard all week long, and about this here topic, because it involves being knowledgeable about other actors and actresses through other parts of films and parts they played, and maybe how they might be, in one's mind, relatable to Star Wars stories or characters within them. And I ain't nearly familiar as most all of the folks in the chat, and also including you, Michael, about what other actors or actresses might make good parts of being Star Wars characters in Star Wars stories. So I'll ask to sit on the bench for this one, Coach, because I don't feel I'm nearly good enough for this, but I cannot wait to hear what other folks and friends got to say about this.
Okay, because I think it's, there's a so what the plan is whoever has their mashup, I've put the link on there a couple of times. Whoever has their mashup, just pop on and tell me what your mashup is, or your couple of them, or your best one first, I guess, or however you want to do it. And then I'll take the top 4, hoping that there's at least 4, and then I'll put those on a Twitter poll and let the Twitterverse go with it. But that way I don't have the final say, so it's not too biased. And
I'm thinking I know somebody that might be pretty good at this, because I'm looking in the chat. You just put up the link for the StreamYard. David, click on that link, buddy. Get your butt on the screen, or let's just hear you, because David from Followers of the Force would be good at this, I think.
A mashup is where you take 2 things and put them together. So this one is a Star Wars celebrity mashup. So you're taking a celebrity and mixing their name with a Star Wars name, and it can be either something that's really clever, something that is funny, something that the character or the actor would be really good playing with the character. So there's lots of possibilities on this one. But we have Charlie Skywalker hopping in here.
Yeah, Charlie can do this.
So
just because I think I don't watch as many other different things as other folks do. That's why I feel I'm not going to be no help in the way of.
What's going on, everybody?
Charlie, how are you doing, sir?
Oh,
Red 4. Who are you? I don't even know who you are anymore.
I am me. Just
He's
Charlie.
red 4. He's red 4.
All right. So, I missed that whole mashup thing. So I just thought it was a general invite.
Oh no, it is a general invite, but
Oh, okay.
There's plenty of room. And then if
All right.
anybody
So
wants
what do we mash up for? What are we looking for?
any Star Wars character, and I guess last week I didn't even know it. There was a mashup going on a little bit in the chat, and I was unaware of it. And then the next day on Twitter,
that's where this started. Okay.
And then the next day on Twitter, I think it was Charles from Conversations started it back up and said, "Hey, this started on TooMedToo's show last night. Let's keep it going," or something like that. And I had no idea what he was talking about. I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Oh, it was in the chat." And I said, "All right, everybody, stop your conversations now and everything, and save it for next week on the chat. And come on, and get in the tank and stop on. If you can stay, or you can just come on for a minute, tell us who you are, and give us your mashup. And I'm giving away a Funko for it for the winner." So, because the chat and the Twitter started getting a lot of action on it, and I was like, "Oh, you guys stop." And then I said, "Oh, maybe we should give it out in case people can't make it. You can email it to me or DM it to me." And I haven't gotten any so far. So
I'm reading some that are in the chat, and
I'm looking at nominations. Yeah. What's the first one you're seeing, Charlie?
Jar Jar Abrams.
Yep, Kylo Customs. I was just going to ask, Michael, would you consider that a nomination?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to get in the tank to do it, but we'll see.
Andy's on fire.
Yes, he is. As he is.
Because that way it was more of because this way everybody can start listing them in the chat, and they start putting a bunch of them in there. But it's supposed to be your best one or two. But Kylo's playing cards with the family, so we'll let him skate until the end, because who knows if he'll come on later. He's one of the last person to come on. That's usually when we do the opening and the collecting stuff. So there's a lot of opening and collecting stuff to talk about this week. But.
Mr. Rez, Kylo Kazdan. That's a good one. See, this is why I ain't no good at this. I'll leave this to my friend.
We've been on another chat. We've been talking about different commercials and things like that, and so that's my mind's still on that year, like full on commercial titles and taglines and things like that. It's pretty funny to see the creative juices when they start flowing.
What other chat were you on?
It was just a knock around chat with I think Charles was in there. Rob from JTA was in there.
Guys. Yep.
Yeah, and it was just I don't know. It's almost like if you were just sitting around, where people had one too many, and just the way that the ideas come together, and you start, riffing off of each other. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I know that.
Might that one have been a couple days ago? That concerned. Was that the one that David started? I don't know if he started. David from Followers of the Force and Scarab Scuttlebutt, and I seen Alan Voivod from 7x7 was in there. Oh, there was like 5 or 6 different shows. Is that the one you're speaking to, Charlie?
I was on that one for a short amount of time. That was
it went
Friday
on for
night.
nearly 3 hours. Yeah, that one was a long one.
Yeah, I was in Oklahoma on Friday night, and for whatever reason, the hotel bandwidth couldn't handle StreamYard. 1 or 2 people on could do well, but once we got 6, it just really started to freeze up. So I just ended up staying in the chat. So
I remember seeing that. Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Just a bunch of friends hanging out on a Friday night.
Yeah, I remember seeing part of that. I was working, but couldn't really rebel at that time when it was on. But yeah, I tried to stream one time from the plane, and that didn't work out very well. So,
all right. Here's another one. Maria in the chat. RuPaul's Pod Race.
Blur girl Maria. Yep. So glad to see her here.
Welcome, everyone. So, hi. I don't know if and Andy just sent me a message. Andy just sent me a message.
And
what did he say?
Hang on, I gotta find it now.
What's in the box?
That's Mr. Rez. When it ain't me, it's him. It's one or t'other.
Well, because when I did my 750 subscriber giveaway, I always have 1 or 2 prizes for people that have already been in it. So, they don't feel left out, and that way they can tell somebody, and, you still have a shot of getting something. The more people, the less of a shot you get. But Andy was one of the winners for that. I don't know if you remember. Well, it's Holo Chronicles won. And Andy just stole it from Josh because that's the kind of person he is. So I guess, look, you're going to have to share it. But I guess if Andy pops on here later on, he can show you the pop that he picked. But that just arrived in the mail today because I was a big slacker and didn't get it in the mail until the end of last week. So, but he just messaged me that it came today. So, yeah, that's all right. That's it. So, see, you got to be in it to win it, and he was, and he did. So, let's see. I was on the Nerd Academy.
With Jared.
I recorded with them on Saturday, and I think it got posted on Sunday. I'm still a couple days behind because that's, I get pissed off whenever my podcatcher or whatever erases itself, and then I have to build my list back up. But then my list keeps building back up and back up and back up, and then I realized that after 4 months, a podcast I used to always listen to, I'm not listening to. When for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, like I'm not listening to them, but they just weren't back in my playlist yet, and then I realized it, and they go back in my playlist. But I'm getting back up into, I think I have about 60 or 70, so I don't have that many. I only have 60 or 70 on there.
Yeah, I'm a half a day behind, but yeah, you was on the Nerd Academy with Jared and Bachman Stubbs, and Jared's a neighbor to me down here. Yeah, and I bet you lit his show up and he was happy to have you on.
I hope so. That's my thing. Like, when I feel weird, and I don't know if for like whatever, like a confidence thing, whenever I do this show, I'm happy with my show and whatever happens and how it is. But when I go on someone else's show, I think, did I talk too much? Did I not talk enough? Did I say something that on my show, who gives a shit? Because I just say whatever the fuck I want. So if it's something that's stupid or I sound like an idiot, who no one's going to be mad at me because it's my own thing. And I'm on somebody else's, and it's,
yeah, that's why you says why we don't hear you send voicemails to other shows, because you think you don't have. Yeah, no, believe me, Michael, believe me. I'm behind on my voicemails, but them same folks, they want to hear your voicemails. They want to hear you. Even if you don't want to hear yourself, they want to hear what you got to say. But they want to hear what I got to say, so they want to hear what you got to say too.
And that's the thing too. It's like, I can't plan out like to be funny. I just I mean, like when I say things and people laugh and people think I'm funny, I'm not trying to be. It's just me being me or whatever. So I had a couple times where they got some good laughs out of it, and it's. But so yeah, I think it was. Hopefully I'll be back on there sometime and didn't embarrass myself or anyone else. And well, if I embarrassed myself, it wasn't that too bad. I just don't want to bring their show down. Is what it comes down to be.
No, you're going to pick it up. I think you and me ought to start together and bust up the scruffy-looking nerve herders inbox with some voicemails and then spread it out from there, because Scruffy Boys ain't heard much friends, and you and me can do their inbox some busting up. They want to hear from you. They heard from me.
Oh, and our friend says that I killed it on the awards show. So, yeah, that wasn't really anything planned. I was actually, from when I used to have clip-on bow ties for when I waited tables and fine dining restaurants and stuff, and no idea where they were. When I went to management, if I even have any of them, if I threw them all out. So I was like, oh, I need to find a bow tie. And I was like, oh, fuck it. I looked for about 30 seconds or a minute. My girlfriend was at work. She said she didn't know where they were. So I was like, all right. So I just grabbed a sport coat. I had on a T-shirt. I just grabbed a sport coat, put on a tie, and I was like, wait, this thing will fit perfectly in the tie. There you go. And then I was just my normal self, kind of funny, kind of silly, kind of stupid. I described myself the other day like Tigger. You see Tigger coming, you're like, oh, Tigger, yeah, great, it's gonna be such a fun time. Then after a little while, you're like, come on, Tigger, can you please just leave us alone? I've kind of got that. He's that annoying. That's so much fun, but that annoyance factor gets in really quick, or that I don't know, whatever. So, anyways, on that note, speaking of annoying people, Charles.
Oh, nice. There's Charles.
My connection's getting bad. Apparently, I'm going to drop out soon.
All right, Charles.
Is this thing on?
I'm surrounded by assholes. Now, see, if somebody didn't know that movie, they'd think I was being a jerk.
Well, we don't need that movie to know that, but that's fine.
All right, Charles, since you started this.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it was almost a week ago. I think it was Andy who was crying foul for having to wait for a week to see the end of this whole saga and this story. But yes, last Monday or Tuesday, we threw out a question about mashing up Star Wars and celebrities. And we threw out a couple just for starts, which were Benedict Cumberbatch and David Hasselhoff. And it got pretty popular pretty quickly. Then you put the kibosh on it and said, let's everyone stop, put on the brakes, stop your fun, and let's do this on the Bacta tank, which was a great idea because
well, the only reason I did that is because you told me to start on the Bacta tank.
Yes.
I didn't even know about it.
Yes. And it was in the chat where it was that's where Benedict Cumberbatch came from. And so yeah, it sparked an idea and it just took off, and saw some great ones. I think Cam had a couple of them as well. Andy had a bunch of them as well. And so yeah, I've been thinking about it for the whole week. I've been taking notes down. So I've got a list for you.
All right. Let's have it, Charles.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give you my top 4. I'll give you some other options that came up during the week. And we can just sort of go through those. These are the runners-up, perhaps, that I don't think are going to make the final list. But here we go. So we've got Vader Mortensen, and we've got Peter Falcon. We've got Terrence Stamtrooper. We've got Dex Shepard. We've got Alexagol the Great. We've got William Sheevespeare. And
I like that.
Ariana Gunray, Quentin Talzantino, and those are the ones that we sort of eliminated by process of elimination before we got to our top 4. So I don't want to toss out too many. There's people who are in the chat that I'm pretty sure have some pretty good ones. So those are the ones that didn't make our top 4.
Yeah. So anybody that wants yours, that wants to hop in the chat, let us know. Hop in the chat. I'll post the link on there. I know Kyle is going to come in for his later on. He usually comes in. Well, I was going to say after his daughter goes to bed, but I don't know with spring break being extended for everybody right now what that bedtime looks like to be. But
well, if it gets too heavy for some coming in and makes the stream lag, I'll step up for another friend to get in here.
I think Cam said he wanted to come in.
Yes, bring Cam on.
Yeah, I know Cam said he wanted to come on, and the more the merrier. I got room for 2 more on screen.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Room for a couple in the back.
I put up the garbage ones.
David, followers of the force, get that link, buddy.
While we're waiting for some people to hop on here too. So the news we have still not confirmed. Ahsoka Tano is going to be confirmed is Ahsoka Tano is going to be live action. Clinton Sandell said that. Excuse me. He could confirm that Ahsoka Tano live action was going to be in season 2, but he could not confirm the actor. That was after it had already come out that it was going to be Rosario Dawson. But that, once again, isn't confirmed. And who knows? Anthony, somebody knows, but we don't know.
Somebody does, it's not us.
It could have just been that it came out and then Screen Rant or whoever it was went with it, and it kind of spread throughout that way. But then Jason Ward didn't confirm it, but said that's he didn't come out and put his Jason Ward stamp of approval on it, but he said that that's what he heard also. So, his hearing it
almost there.
And then there's the whole speculation too that I was having with the guys on Saturday and the Nerd Academy was, is she just going to be right on at the end, and it's going to go, the dark saber we got right at the end, and it's going to go on to the next season. Is she going to be just on the last scene or 2 or last episode and go into the season 3? Is she going to be in it? So we don't even know, if she's going to be in it yet, and we have all the speculation on it. So anybody's thoughts or ideas? I'm sure you guys could, because I already told everybody. I posted it on Saturday. I was going to be on the Nerd Academy, and I said again yesterday I was on the Nerd Academy. So I hope you're listening to it. If someone's going to be nice enough to have me on, we gotta keep this train going while it lasts, because who knows? Pretty soon the word might get out, and nobody's going to be having me on anymore. I don't even have my own show. I'll get taken over.
Yes, Cam is live. Woo!
Cam, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yes, buddy. All right, so Cam, what's your thoughts about Ahsoka, and where do you think we're going to see her in season 2?
First, I have to say, Cam, thank you for coming to the Bacta tank and getting tanked with us.
Is he frozen?
He might have.
Yeah, he's froze.
Maybe he did that on purpose.
I don't know.
Such a glorious entrance, too.
He's making a comeback on 2 screens, as I see.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know which one was new and which one was old, because they're both freezing up now.
From my perspective, I'd say if Ahsoka does come back, I'd hope it's not to commandeering of the actual Mandalorian series. I think that could be a very quickly overpowering the rest of the story.
All right, Cam, we have you back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Charles.
Good. No worries. Thank you for stopping in the Bacta tank and getting tanked with us.
Yeah, I got to go tuck my daughter in, so I figured I'd try to get my entries in here, and I'll be back in a bit.
All right.
So you want the runners up first?
Sure.
I'll throw some out like Charles did. Jackie Han, of course, thanks to Lando. We've got Han Stewart of The Daily Show. Sith Green, of course.
Seth Green.
I get that.
Very good.
Sith Green, yeah, and then there's Goldie Thrawn and her daughter Kate Hosnian. So those are some of the backups there. I put on Twitter Eminem217. Keeping in that Jean Bacta Shakur, one of our favorites. So then I've actually my son Joe, he had mentioned the Jar Jar Abrams, which is our, and then I've got up here. Kind of went with the talk show circuit. So everyone's favorite talk show host, Jim Millennium Fallon. And then secondly, if you're awake at night, one of your favorite daytime hosts, Ellen DeGeneres. So those are two to throw in there. So
I'm still talking about your Honey Nabubu, by the way.
well, and then Honey Nabubu, of course, yes. So
I still talking about that one.
You know, trashy. So yeah. So,
Oh boy.
so anyway, so there you go. That's what I'm throwing out there.
So are those the throwaway
Keep
ones,
it
or those
straight.
are some of your official entries?
No, sorry, that's as good as it gets, Charles. I'm telling you. It's I had to think of Eddie's mother, but they're not appropriate even for this
Right.
chat. So
Right. Yeah.
I'll just keep that between me and her, you know. So that's it.
Love
Yeah, so
those
I'm
things.
Millennium Fallon and Ellen DeGeneres. So
It's fantastic.
there you go.
Fantastic.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll throw out my top four. My starting with number 4, working my way to number 1, would be Unkar Pratt instead of Chris Pratt. We'll go with Kylo Jenner. And number 2, we'll go with Chadwick Boseman for a crossover from Marvel and Star Wars. And our number 1 would be Joe Rogan.
Nice.
Yeah, Andy's not winning this. Charles is ahead by miles.
Well, we're still waiting for Charles. So
Well, it's not for me to say. It's up to Michael to say, but that's just my thoughts. But Andy can make a comeback.
Yeah, Andy had he rattled off 4 in one tweet. It was like, wow, that was fantastic.
After this, we'll have to do a commercial one.
Yes.
I'm better at commercials.
You gotta do scripting.
But Andy's not in the back of the tank, and Charles is.
There you go.
well, you know, I still have, because there's this weird thing. I have extras of some pops, and I don't know how that happens because I don't collect pops.
Mm.
But somehow I have
Donations.
extras. And those are for donations. So that's what. So the winner. I don't know if you guys heard me say it earlier. So I'm going to take the top 4, or I'm going to pick what I feel from. Let's say that there's so each person Cam gave 3, Charles gave 4. I'm going to pick my top 1 out of each one that you gave me, each person, and then I'm going to put it on Twitter for a poll.
Nice.
And that the Twitter world
Cool.
vote on them, and then whoever wins it, gets it. So, but we are gonna go with this guy right here,
Ooh.
the Darth Vader.
Right.
And very much award-like, too. Very nice.
Yeah.
It looks like the idol that Indiana Jones took off that pedestal.
It does.
I'll trade you for the bag of sand.
Of course, if there's someone that doesn't want that one, or already have that one, because I know a lot of you are weirdos and collect Funko Pops. Oh, you should see what I got opening up this week. There's also, we can do this guy. Throw this one in there if you want to do instead.
Nice.
Little Batman action going on. I really like this one. So this is one of the only non-Star Wars Funkos that I have. Cam just dropped out, but
Well, he dropped his gold. He's good.
and then there's this
I think
guy.
he's going to be back after he tucks his kids in.
Hopefully. There's this guy too. So the winner will be able to pick.
Nice.
And this is the one from. So the normal one. Some nerd that collects Funkos told me about this. The normal one is number 803. You can't really see it back there, but it's Steve holding an ice cream cone. This is the Chase one, which is him holding a banana split.
Wow.
And a lot of times your Chase ones are like the ones where those are the ones that are worth a couple $100. Like your regular one's worth the price that you pay for it, maybe a couple of dollars more. And then your Chase ones can be $30 or $40 or $100, or depending on how hard they are to find and how much the guys on eBay decide to charge. And that's what I've gotten a little bit of trouble lately, because I had some Star Wars merchandise pre-ordered. They may have been Funko Pops. I don't really know. But now GameStop is closed until this thing blows over.
Wow.
They won't open back up. They're done.
It's their collectibles that are keeping them open.
Yeah. I really think it has been. And so now I have the deposit on all of the Funkos that were supposed to come out, and a deposit on all of the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back that are supposed to come out. And there's nobody I can talk to about it, because they were supposed to close Sunday night, and I went there Sunday morning to find out what to do. And they told me, oh, no, they couldn't tell me anything. They were closed already. And I went to the other one, and they were closed already. So they were told they had to close by this date at this time, and they just locked up shop and got out of it. So I have, it's not a lot, but it's $5 on each one of the Funkos, and that was, I think, 8 or 10 of them. And then $5 on all of the Black Series, and I don't know how they're gonna run it if no one's been able to give me an answer yet. From
what do you want to know? Whether or not they're going to open back up, and you'll be able to get your merchandise then, or
they're supposed to be open. Every store is supposed to be open still, but they're only open for online orders being delivered there.
That changed yesterday.
Oh, did it?
Yes, they are now as of 3 o'clock yesterday. They closed the entire operation.
Okay.
So they, until further notice, they are closed. But I still have some contacts in GameStop higher up. So if you have a question or a specific question, message me. I'll message it to them and see if I can get an answer for you.
Yeah, I have deposits down for Funkos and Black Series, and I want to know what happens with that. How do I get my money back, and who do I get it back from? Because there's no stores, and anytime there's a problem with a store, online can't do anything. Anytime there's a problem online, the store can't do anything because they're separate entities. So I just need to know what happens next with it, because I'm gonna go and order them from Amazon now, and I just want to be able to get my money back. Pretty much is what it comes down to, because who knows when they're going to open, or how any of that's going to happen. But yeah, so I have I got a little bit of time now before they open up, so I've been playing around on eBay.
FunkoPop.com.
No, I don't do that stuff. I've been playing around on eBay, and I found I don't even know what the hell they're called, but 3.75 Masters of the Force, or something. There was a Power of the Force. There was a Bacta tank one.
Ooh,
wow.
And I was like, okay, I want that. But every place I was finding it was really, really expensive. So then I found the Bacta tank one in a group of like 10 other ones. A couple of them are open, a couple of them are loose. I didn't really care about those. But I found it for like a fifth of the price for all of them. So I put a bid on it, and it went up a couple times, and I think I got it for like $12 with like $20 shipping. I have all these coming in for, you know, it's $30 instead of the other one was 50 just for the one by itself. So yeah, so that was, but then I saw all these other ones and I was like, oh, that's really cheap. Let me put a bid in on it. Oh, that's really cheap. Let me put a bid in on it. Like one of them is the original Yoda, and it was $6. And I'm like, I'll just put a bid on it and see what happens. And that was a couple of days ago. Now it's up to 12. And I know that once it comes, there's still 6 days left or 9 days left. Once it comes time to go, that's when the price is going to skyrocket in the last day or two or last couple minutes. But, you know, hey, you never know. And I got that other one for really cheap, and it doesn't hurt to put a couple $1 bid on it and just hope it falls through the cracks on somebody.
Hey, Michael, my son who's watching his illustrious father's video here with you guys was inspired to show you his bobblehead Funko. And so I'll just put it up here. It's the BB-8 bobblehead Funko from Agent Kloss. He was very proud of it and saw you showing his toys, so he figured he'd bring you his toys as well. So he got that as a prize at his Star Wars camp. So he's quite proud of that one.
Nice.
Cool.
And no, you can have it.
Surprise, surprise! I already do.
Oh, you have that one?
I don't know. There's like 5 or 6 different BB-8s.
Yes, yeah, that's the Agent Kloss, the one where he's damaged, like the when the Falcon lands on Agent Kloss and he's all broken to bits because of the tree that fell on him.
You dropped the tree on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why you know. That's how you know I don't collect Funko Pops, because I would know the difference in it. And the only one I have multiple of, I have a couple different Chewies and I have a couple different Vaders. Everything else is just kind of there. You know, when I get the Slave Leias, I'll get there's a regular Slave Leia and then a Chase. Neither one of them are really expensive or really that rare. But you figure, you know, the one's $12, the other one's $20. I might as well get them both if you're gonna do something like that. But all right, maybe we should do a little bit of this.
Uh-oh. Say it, Rez.
Not quite a box yet. Well, I'm trying to decide. I have a box and a bag. And
it's a song by Pearl Jam. Well, Yellow Ledbetter was the song, but yeah.
well, we'll just start with this right here.
Ooh.
Could be a book.
Yeah.
Could be Funkos.
Could be.
Could be Black Series.
I think it's a book.
There you go. Nice.
Even though I listened to it and I had it done the first day. See, this is what really messed me up too. I had to go take an exam on last Tuesday. I had to take an exam last Tuesday, a New York State exam, for my job. And I got there, and I'd called the day before, and they said, no, the exam's still on. And I called 311 the night before, and they said, no, the exam's still on. So I got there, and they said, nope, it was canceled. And what really pissed me off is she said, there's a note on the door. And I kind of wanted to punch her in the face because I can't read Arabic, and that's what the note was in. Because it's New York City, so pretty much every language you have, there's, you know, a note. But that one on the door was in Arabic, and I can't read Arabic. So even if I would have stopped and read it, which I wouldn't have even if it was English, that kind of whatever. But yeah, so that was, and I don't condone Indian women, but you know, at that moment, not that the thought went through my mind, but I would have probably gotten pleasure out of it. If it was a man, I guess I'd say it was okay then. But yeah, so I still that ruined half my day, and I came home and read the book and rebelled at work and finished the book before midnight. I had it done on the train on the way home at like 11:20 or whatever. And the book was so good that I went and actually spent money on a book. This is the first like book that I've bought from Star Wars, like not including from a certain point of view or some of the other ones, like a lot of the other ones that I have. What if that picked you up on camera? What if I turn the camera and everyone sees you? Like
We're assuming you're not talking to your puppy.
No. My girlfriend walked out of the room and was making things. I don't know, gestures, language.
Gestures. That made it sound dirty.
Uh-oh.
You are dirty. Oh, you know they can hear you, right?
My innocent ears.
Oh gosh, right.
Their virgin ears can't take it. They never got in the ear before.
Never what?
Nothing.
That sounded dirty.
Like, it was a little dirty. Anyways, yeah, so like I have like a lot of the philosophy books, like the philosophy of Star Wars and stuff like that. The quick, easy reads that once I decide that, hey, let's talk about philosophy of Star Wars or whatever one day when we all are locked up and have nothing to do for weeks and months at a time. Which once that starts happening to me, I'll have a lot more reading time to do because God knows I'll be driving my girlfriend crazy if we're stuck together for.
You already do. Can they hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Heard that.
Turn the camera.
That would get me hit.
If what?
I turn the camera on for you.
Oh yeah, I know you would be in trouble right now. So they're gonna have it wash my hair in 2 days.
Once I'm not working anymore and I have time to sit around and I still got some Audible credits, so get some of my. I mean, I think I have like 6 different philosophy books and
What about all the housework you
the.
do?
Shut up with housework. That's not even appropriate.
I'll ask them to tell you to do What? Can I have my dog back?
No, you can't have my dog.
My dog.
Go watch Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was awesome.
So yeah,
The tears.
I have like the Zen of R2D2, and whoever did that one has done like another philosophy book and another whatever it is. So cram through all those and go through that and have a philosophy day. But anyways, yeah. So to get back before I was rudely interrupted. So this book, yeah, because that way I can actually go through and instead of just listening to it, have talking points about it. Because like with The Last Jedi, everybody knows the scene in the beginning of the book that didn't happen in the book but takes place with the dream. And you start reading the book or listening to it and you're just like, what is going on? I don't know. Like what this is supposed to be until you realize it's a dream or find out it's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
There's not anything like that in the book, but there's a lot of things that aren't in the movie or where you're getting inside. This is probably the best Star Wars book that they're novelization anyways, out of all of them.
Agreed.
And, just getting inside the characters' heads.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to get Girls with Sabers to come on and talk about the book, but they had some problems with the book, one of their live streams, and it got taken off because of the content in the book or whatever it was. And I just knew that they didn't want to talk about the book anymore. So I tried to get them to come on tonight. Man, I shouldn't say, we had a couple messages back and forth and I said, hey, come on. And then they posted on their wall that they weren't going to talk about the book anymore because their stream got taken down by YouTube. So I don't know what happened. I think I was in that stream too. I don't know why it would have come down, but who knows what happens with whatever. But there's a lot of things in this book that I want to talk about. So I don't know if you all have read it or whatever. We'll pick a Saturday or a Sunday when we can talk about the book and maybe get one of our friends from across the pond to talk about it, because I know he's read the book. And the last book we talked about, we had a great time. So he's not here now because he's sleeping. But, we'll try and get Johnny on here to talk about it on a weekend early enough. Or whatever it was. But yeah, so I mean, they just, the detail about the thoughts in their head. And that's why I think the novelizations are so good, because, it's not filling in plot holes. It's, I just keep bringing it back because these are all things we talked about when I was on the Nerd Academy. They're not plot holes. It's, you can't, if you were going to make the Rise of Skywalker the way it should have been, or the way, we would have liked it to be. I'm still happy with what we got, but it should have been a 2-part movie, 2.5, 3 hours long each part, to tie everything together and fill everything in. For what they had to do and what the time they had to deal with it and everything, I think it was a great movie. I just think that if they would have kicked it back a couple more months or made it into 2 parts, so you could actually it tied up the sequel trilogy amazingly. But what about the prequels, and what about the original trilogy? That you barely even touched on those things. But this book, it just getting in their heads, and the details of what they were thinking, and
it's not filling in. It's not about filling in plot holes. There's no plot holes. It's about telling all of the story, spreading it out deeper and wider, making it bigger than what we was told in film form.
Well, that's
telling us so much more of that story.
Like my thing is, people are like plot holes in the sense, like, fuck you. How does a lightsaber work? Oh, you can't drop bombs in space. But a lightsaber works. That's fine. You have no problem with that. But dropping bombs in space, you have a problem with. Okay. One can be easily explained. Gravity. They had magnets or whatever.
Magnetics, yeah.
Still can't explain how lightsaber works, even with the simple physics explanation. Although, did you see a couple weeks ago or a month ago, they're almost to the point of having lightsabers. Someone has come out with something, but
was that the one that has the backpack with the energy cells?
Yeah, but the energy cells are like 30 car batteries or.
Oh no, I saw there was a different one then. This one fit on the guy's back.
Wow. Oh no! This wasn't that. This was, they had 2 guys with, I don't know, I don't remember. Probably like 12 by 12 of batteries on the ground behind them, like 12 feet by 12 feet of batteries behind them, powering these things. So, I mean, the technology is getting there. I mean, it's still way off, but all it takes is one person to figure something out that they haven't been able to figure out, and you get a hell of a lot closer. But
that and your Tesla.
Yes. We wouldn't need gasoline in cars, but so
yeah, I'm enjoying the novelization too. I'm on Kijimi right now, just in the audiobook. I'm actually doing I saw that Cam had mentioned it this past week. I wanted to get through the read through of the novelization before I watch the film again, just to sort of go through that and get all those extra pieces and some fascinating little tidbits that I've read listened to in the book. I can't wait to see how those fill in the rest of the movie itself. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, like I said, I listen to it at work and on the train, and I never sit down and listen to it like some people do, where it's sitting down and listening to it like you would sit down and read a book. But I want to make an effort with this one to actually sit down and have the book in my hand, looking at the pages while I listen to it.
So that's Declan's.
So kind of like reading it, and then going through and making notes and whatever to talk about. So it's not just Well, hang on. I think I remember this, or I remember that actually being able to, like a normal person would do when they're going to discuss a book, not just kind of like, well, I was at work and trying not to get caught listening, so I missed, but yeah. So maybe in the next week or so, we can figure out something. And for me right now, I'm day to day at my job. Like I was saying earlier, I went to, or it might have been before we started recording. We're down from 35 to 40 hours to 4 days that are 5-hour shifts instead of 8-hour shifts, instead of 5 days. So I can pick up shifts here and there in other places, but I'm still, it's going to be 6 or 7 days to get the same amount of hours and, get an overtime shift. But until we find out what's going to happen and how long, they might decide I'm not an essential employee anymore. And then I go on unemployment and make half that money. Well, if I'm working half the hours for a month, that's going to cut into my unemployment. And if I'm, waiting for a government check that who knows how long it's going to be till everyone pulls their head out of their asses and says, okay, it's not socialism. It's something that needs to happen because all these people are out of work and can't make it on unemployment. And it's not like they're trying to find a new job. It's not their fault. And so yeah. So I'm just trying to get in whatever I can while I can. So anyways, that was the book. And then I'm gonna bring this. I thought Andy was on here in the back room. I guess.
Oh, he was.
Oh,
yeah, he wants sharks with freaking lasers on their head.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
Darth Kylo from Kylo Customs. How are you doing?
What's up, guys?
There he is. There he is.
Good evening.
I want
to start with my addition to my Jar Jar Abrams. I want to add in galactic porgs.
What was that again? I missed it.
Yeah,
galactic porgs.
Yep.
Galactic porgs.
Because there are the most important porgs in the community.
Are you chowing down some porgs right now?
I was going to ask if it was a Ronto wrap.
But now, see, only even I understand the galactic porgs thing. So he's bringing an inside joke.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that him and I were in a group, Facebook or a Discord group. That's how we met each other. And the person that ran it was kind of a little bit on the psychopath, eccentric side, man baby kind of thing. And it took a while for his true colors to come out, and then once it did, the whole thing kind of imploded. But yeah, that's where a lot of things that just seem completely out of whack that myself and Kyle say to each other, and make absolutely no sense. That's where they come from. But yeah, so that's where that comes from. Anyways, but, all right.
How are you guys doing? How's everybody's house arrest going?
Oh, it's a little more strenuous here in New Mexico.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's quarantine, but here I'm calling it house arrest. So,
well, they doubled down here in New Mexico. They announced today at 3:00 that as of I think 8 p.m. tonight, if you're out in a group of more than 5 people, then you can get a government citation or a fine. They posted a 1-800 number that if people see someone out in a group of more than 5, they can report that group to the government, and the police will go out and issue citations to those people. All the businesses have closed. Restaurants have closed. Everything is basically just, unless it's Walmart or Home Depot, I think it's closed down.
I love these things.
Well, that was the
Same thing happened. Same thing happened today, 8 a.m. my time, East Coast time, also Michael's time. Same thing happened. If it's not necessary, yeah, police are looking for folks. Sending you home, maybe with a citation.
They're pulling people over here in town, but my company went and got state stamped essential licensing for us to go back and forth to work that we carry in our vehicle. So when we get pulled over, we show this state stamped thing to the officers, and they have to let us go.
See, here in New York, there's a lot
Not your accountant.
going on because
Okay.
they keep kind of raising the level, but so non-essential businesses have to close, but restaurants aren't included in that. You just can't sit down, but you can get food to go. Laundromats aren't included. Someone brought up at the press conference and asked the governor, well, you expect all these people to work from home. What about Geek Squad? Will Geek Squad still be open? And the governor said, I don't even know what Geek Squad is. So, and yeah, so I mean there's no Best Buy, but what's going to happen when everybody gets their check? What are they supposed to do? That's kind of a joke, but how am I supposed to go buy my TV, my flat screen TV, if with my $1,000 check, if there's no Best Buy?
We ain't getting that here in Illinois. They've already said we ain't getting that. They're not doing that because most of the jobs are registering as pretty much everything's still trying to say they're essential, so the state gets away with not having to cut that check.
That would be a federal check though that's coming out, but that's still all there. But no, it's like, so if people are supposed to work from home and their computer breaks, how are they supposed to work from home? If computer repair people can't work, if you're telling everybody to work from home, you'd think that computer repair people or people that sell computer equipment would be essential, but they're not. So I mean, that's just. The empire doesn't really know what's going on right now, because they've never had to really deal with anything like this before, and they've probably never had a contingency plan to deal with anything that was like this, where they say, it's in between martial law and regular law because it's state by state. Florida still has spring break on because that's how they make all their money. New York just changed it to. It's not a curfew, but no one should be out after 8 o'clock, or no one should be doing this, or you shouldn't be. It's not. They're not going to say, okay, whatever, and try and shut it down completely, because it'd be impossible. You'd have to bring in the National Guard to do that because the police force can't handle all of New York City trying to shut it down. So everything's just kind of, they're closing down businesses, but people can still go out and do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's going to be coming here soon too. For Florida, there's a lot of grumbling for mayors to get a statewide stay-at-home order. Hasn't happened yet, but it's a lot of sort of voluntary sequestering and quarantining, but it hasn't come down as an official statewide order yet. So people are still going about. You can see them in the stores. My wife and I are essential services and healthcare, so we see the volume of traffic hasn't dropped at all. You still see lots going on out there. Until that order comes down, people are still going to be congregating and doing that kind of stuff for sure.
Well, the one thing I have noticed is there's a lot more homeless people sleeping on the subways in New York, and I think that's because they don't want to be in the homeless shelters, because it's probably safer for them to sleep on the subway than it is to sleep in a homeless shelter. When it comes to catching the coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it today, or whatever we're calling it nowadays. I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, that's where we sit. Anyways, so I was hoping Andy was going to be here because he's one of the collector guys, but we have Kylo here, so not trying to make it seem like, well, you're just as good, or you're a good substitute, but I was at Walgreens, and this was actually something I've been looking at, and I've been pricing it out on eBay, and it's about $40-$50 somewhere around there. Once you got to figure in, whatever, you guys know how eBay works. And I was in there with my girlfriend. So what do you know? I said, I got to look at toys. She said, yeah, they don't have any toys there. I said, sometimes they do. And I went over and I looked.
They have a whole aisle full.
Ooh. Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Ooh, Andy's hooking me up with one. It's already in the mail.
Is it the right face sculpt?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Good.
I didn't know there were.
Yeah, Pat found. We were looking for it, and Pat found 2 Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobis at Walgreens, and one had the older. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, that looks like the right one. There's more rouge on his cheeks, for lack of a better term. But yeah, there was one that just had a rougher look to it, and is not as refined as that one you have there. So, but there's a few of them that were out there.
But I asked the guy that was working. I said, "Do you know when you're getting any more inventory in?" He said, "Oh, we get them every Tuesday and Friday." I said, "No, you don't." And he said, "No, we do." And I said, "Okay," because that one's old. It's probably been sitting in the back for a couple months, or just got shipped to you out of sitting somewhere. I said, because I've been here a couple times, it hasn't been out. And I said, and all the new Funko Pops that just came out, you don't have any of them. He said, yeah, our deliveries come in Tuesdays and Fridays. And I said, okay, that's your deliveries, but when do these deliveries come in? Tuesdays and Fridays. So, okay, thanks, buddy. Like, you know, I mean, he's completely wrong. And instead of just saying, I don't know, he's sticking with his Tuesday and Friday story, which they probably do come in Tuesday and Friday every 3 months, or, you know, whatever it is, they leave them back. But, yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry. Andy said that the check, like I said, isn't to be used for TVs. It's to be used for Funko Pops. So I guess I won't be getting any of those. But yeah. So yeah, those were the 2 things I picked up. And it's just because I'm trying to find the GameStop Black Series, because I was foolish and just kept putting it off and procrastinating on getting the Revan and the Super Battle Droid. And then I was like, okay, I need to go get them next week. And I forgot to get them. And now instead of paying $25, they're $50.
Hey.
You got a video bomber.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
How's vacation going for you?
Sucks. I can't leave the house.
I wouldn't want to be stuck in a house with your dad either.
Are you kidding? Here, take one of those.
And he ate all your food too? That's self.
No, my goddamn beef jerky.
Oh.
But so that's all. That's all you got. I got a couple things this week.
Oh, I got some more things. I'm just deciding whether or not I want to open those.
Well, I just want to show up. I want to show up before it gets too late and before she leaves. But I got this from Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Wow. Ooh. Look who's here.
I can't even find one of them near me.
Andy, thanks for joining us.
Dang.
Kylo Ren Flores. Much love.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Very
I
nice.
still have to feel for it. Andy, what's up, buddy?
What? How's it going, everybody?
Freaking lasers.
doing good.
I've had some really good mashups to the side, and you guys are glossing over them. I mean, Ponda Baba O'Reilly.
All right.
Come on.
Are we back?
You got to write them down, Michael. These are good. This is gold.
I didn't have anything right down. Everybody, I don't know if I froze, you guys froze, or whatever, but all right. So we have. Okay.
No Peter Gonzalez.
Ooh. Just saying.
All right. That's the only one.
He's only named off like 50, but that's all right.
That's the only one I heard. I told you I froze.
What were some of those ones, Andy, you wrote down the the tweet first went out, you had like 5 or 6 in a row that were classic. You don't remember them?
I don't remember. I'm just firing off ideas all the time. I don't write them down. It's a brainstorming stage. There's no bad ideas, so I just fire them out.
That's good. I was worried about a few of them winning that sweet Darth Vader gold plated.
Well, I don't want to keep winning every week because then nobody will want to play. And since I'm a recent winner, I'll let somebody else take this one.
Yeah, I think Cam Ray wins everything these days.
So we're still waiting to see if we can get Real Farm Boy or Charlie Skywalker to throw anything in there. But Andy, you got
the pressure.
You got anything else besides that Snow Speeder Gonzalez?
Agreed.
I just had another one there too. I don't know. I'm going to stick with Punda Baba O'Reilly. I think that's my winner today.
Justin Finberlake.
Or are you asking if I? What's that?
Justin Finberlake.
Okay.
Come on, there's no bad ideas, right? It's we're brainstorming here.
No, that's good. Keep them coming.
I got nothing. Cam Ray and Andy are nah. See.
Yeah. So talking because we were talking about the Black Series. So yeah, I was trying to get the GameStop Black Series. So if anybody sees those out in the wild, since they're not in GameStop anymore, I don't know where you're gonna see them. It's gonna be a lot harder now to get them. So I don't know what that's gonna do with the prices because I was put off getting them because they went up to they're about $50 each, and I didn't want to spend that money, so I was hoping to get a line on them a little bit cheaper. And now that GameStop's closed, who knows what's going to happen because now there's no more supply coming in at all, even trickling down. So,
but Walgreens is going to stay open though because they're essential.
Yeah. And the dust layer on top of each of their boxes included in the price.
And that's pretty much what it is. I swear this one's been in the back for a couple months, and it was just got buried under something. Because I've asked a few times if they had any more in the back, and they said no, and it wasn't out. So I doubt they got a delivery of one. But,
so funny story about the one I just shipped off to Kylo today. I know I was talking with him. I said, is it weird that I know the toys at Walgreens shelves better than the stock boy does? And we laughed about that. And, it's like, that's probably true for a few stores, unfortunately. But the Clone Commander Obi-Wan or the Commander Obi-Wan, General Obi-Wan, I saw him like 2 weeks ago the last time I was in Walgreens, just fishing. And I put it in the very back on the bottom shelf and I laid it down. So like there's no chance anybody would ever see it because I already have that one. I don't really collect Black Series, but there's always people that do. And I knew somebody was going to ask or I would see somewhere, hey, anyone seen one of these laying around? Or, and when Kylo mentioned on Instagram in a chat that we're in that he needs one, I was like, all right, I'll go get it. And I just drove down and found it right where I put it and I mailed it off to him. It was that easy. So yeah, there's always some little sneaky finds at Walgreens. It is not picked through in the town that I live in. Nobody shops there.
Have you
Ours
seen
is usually pretty good, but they're damaged. Ours are all beat up. If we have any left.
Yeah.
So,
have you seen that alternate face sculpt, Andy? The General Kenobi, the Clone Commander. Pat literally had a shot side by side. I don't know if I could find it right now, but it was an older not older. It was a different variation, and the face was a lot more akin to the old school face sculpt from Revenge of the Sith on that clone army.
I think I like the first one better personally.
Oh,
I don't know.
The one that is now, you said, looks a little rougey.
Yes, very pretty.
Yeah, it looks very glamour shots.
Yes,
like I don't know. I think I like. I mean, it's cool still. It's totally cool. But I think I like the original one a little bit better. I don't know why they changed it.
Way to go, Andy! Starting showing our age, talking about glamour shots.
I stopped watching Napoleon Dynamite. What are you talking about?
Gosh,
I never had glamour shots done. Thank God. I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. One of the good ones is not having glamour shots done.
Yes, but how many Olin Mills pictures have you been in?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't even count.
Thank you, Sears.
Yep.
Sears.
It wasn't every year, but they were every couple of years. So I think I was probably like, yeah, I don't know. It was every couple of years. You know, enough time has changed. You know, between the kids that it made it necessary or worthwhile, I guess.
So then, how much time has to pass before you get everybody back together and recreate one of those?
I don't know if we ever will. I mean, when I was
That's too bad.
about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, the first time I was in Buffalo for a while. I was joking around that my brother had a prodigal son returning party when I came back, because it had been the first time in years that I'd been there, and we all took a picture together, or a couple pictures together, just all the brothers, because there's 5 of us, of the brothers and sisters, and with my parents too. But it wasn't any recreations or anything. I don't know where we would find those cool clothes from the early '80s anymore.
All right, gentlemen, I have to back out. I have to say good night. So I'd like to say thanks for having me on, and it was a great time coming in.
Bye.
See you later,
Bye. Charles, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I will, I'll be knocking down some choices to put up on the Twitter for. Hopefully, I picked the right one. What if I picked the one out of your, like, since we got 4 people now, unless we got some other people joining in and putting them on there, it's going to be like one from each person. Or what if I don't, or 3 from Charles and 1 from Andy.
Or what if I don't make the list? I could not make the list. I mean, that would be ironic, but hey, go for it.
Devastating.
I'll just stop tweeting. That's all.
You should have done that a long time ago.
Oh. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Bye,
Thank
Charles.
you.
Bye.
Good night, Charles.
Hey, Michael.
Be with
Michael, I don't mean to hijack your show here, but I got 3 boxes today that I need to open up. Do you mind if I do that?
Not at all.
Oh no! Hit it, bust it open.
What's in the box?
Yep.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I've already opened my boxes up.
I can hear Mr. Rez saying it right now.
Hey, I already opened my boxes up.
Well, this is the one that I won from Michael. I already opened that one.
Nice.
Handsome little guy. Handsome. Thank you, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
This is
I know
about the size of my Funko Pop.
Oh, Michael's favorite collectible.
Oh, Pops.
Damn it.
It's your favorite. You love Pops. Those are your favorite.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Do we have him?
Yeah.
We have him already.
Do we have him? Do we have him?
So, really excited about this one.
if you look, Andy has a bunch of stuff we don't have, and then we have a bunch of stuff Andy don't have.
It's got the Disney little sticker on it.
Yeah.
So real excited about that one.
Wow.
I've been debating whether or not I want to get that or wait till I am in California to buy it.
Yeah, that's a Disney exclusive. Yes, I can't see you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Saw Gerrera.
Afro Saw. There's a bald one too, but I already got that one.
It's a hair one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that New York Comic Con?
That is a New York Comic Con 2017.
On the bottom?
Yeah, on the bottom.
All the way on the bottom?
No, he's 77, right? 177? No, he's in the corner right there. You dirt that are.
Okay.
Corner.
Oh, I see him.
Quick, go through the inventory.
Hey, Mike.
Now, do you have them? Yes.
Mike. Rose in the chat. Scarab Scuttlebutt, it's a board.
What we got?
Yeah, it's Rose. I just asked of him. Rose in the chat.
I like that one.
C-3PO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The episode.
Rose wants to know: is this kind of like is this a Star Wars QVC? He's asking.
Hurry,
Sort
turn
of,
my
kind of.
Smash that button.
Yeah. I think it's like the opposite of QVC because we're not trying to sell anything. We're just trying to buy everything.
No, I think it's kind of adjacent. It's adjacent.
Okay, hold on to that one for me, sis. Okay, I got two more here.
All right.
Then,
Oh, Han Solo. That's
Oh, cool.
weird.
Endor.
Do we have him?
Yeah.
Right here.
Which one is that? Which group is that from? Okay, that's Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's between.
That was the last old one.
That's
the one
between
from, like,
the
old
Last
people.
Jedi set and then the new ones. It's kind of like a last summer filler or something. But those were cool. They did all of the I want to say Endor. It was like an Endor line.
all right, and the last one, which I think is probably going to be my favorite one here because I know what's coming. Okay, thanks, honey.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
282?
Yeah, that's Lando.
Yeah, that's from the Smuggler's Bounty Box.
Ooh,
I like that one.
Yeah, so it was a good pop day today, and it was I didn't have to pay for most of those, so that was even better. So good pop day.
Yeah, we did.
Well, now I'm jealous.
Well, that happens once in a while. We all have our days.
Well,
Oh my god, we're back to camera.
yeah, you're back. You're back now. We can see you.
So-
All right. Well, now I guess I might as well do mine now.
Let's do it.
I have all the
I'll
clusters
sit
here.
open.
Well, since he got up and walked,
Oh, nice.
this bad boy, this showed up courtesy of Austin from our group. Austin, Zoink Scooby, or when he's in on YouTube, I think he's Scooby Snacks.
Yeah.
He actually he brought that over yesterday. We sat and chit chatted. He wanted to come check out the Star Wars treasure vault, so he stopped by and he's seen that we're still doing work, but he pending on if we have time, since he's under quarantine and we're under quarantine, so we're pretty much safe. He might come back by later on this week if we're yeah. There's Delilah on Michael's screen. And then we're gonna probably knock out a good chunk of the rest of this, getting stuff put up and put away. So then this way I can do that nice little pan through video. Which I like what you got going on behind you there, Andy. You got a nice little setup there too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and Ro, I wasn't ignoring you. Thanks for stopping by. Good to have you here.
Hey, Ro.
We're just doing a little bit of the not Funko Pop collector collecting, showing things. So I picked up a couple of these guys from around people from the.
How many you guys got this bad boy?
You're rude. Rubbing in their faces.
That guy right there. The
Handsome guy.
Michael, you can have yours today,
I don't know,
right?
I don't know if I have one or not.
Tova, don't put that there, please.
I don't know. I do know that I got these. I got these bad boys.
Those look kind of familiar.
Oh, those are cool.
Kylo Customs. I think I started a conversation with Kylo Customs yesterday about making a custom. Did you make that Thanos? Was that yours?
That T-shirt?
No, there's somebody in the group posted a picture of Thanos.
Oh, like the darker blue kind of like. No, I didn't do that one. No.
Oh, okay.
No, that wasn't mine. I wish I could say it was, but it's not. Whoever did that, they did a kick-ass job, though, I'll tell you.
So, all right, here's the first one I got. Where am I? Okay, here's the first one I got. Delilah does not like this box being opened. She skedaddled right away.
She might smell my boys.
As soon as I went, she was fine. As soon as I went to go open it, she took off running. But I got C-3PO.
Nice.
The red arm.
Yeah.
That is obviously from the Rise of Skywalker line that you see. That was that one. And I don't know what's what, so let's see. Well, let's see here. This one has a blue label on it. I don't know what the blue label is.
That's the good stuff. Isn't blue label always the good stuff?
Usually. Well,
I just put them in those things to make sure they didn't get damaged in shipping. So you're gonna have like a bunch of different little.
Oh, you know, I take your spot. I'm sorry.
Those are to protect them inside the box, just in case the post office wants to play soccer with the box.
No, I know that's what Andy should have got his in too. And then I got to figure out, because I got charged full price because it was 13 ounces, 13 point something ounces, and anything over 13, the price goes up on. But so Andy and I got a little bit of matching pops, kind of. He got the boy. I got the girl. He got the boy.
Typical.
Yeah. So Princess Leia. Oh, that's better with the. So that's her in there.
I really like how they did her. They did her really good.
Did you put her in a protector?
Yeah, they're all.
I was gonna say.
Every single one I send is in a protector.
Okay, now. Do we want?
Message Austin.
Well, this is the new one. This was the Emerald City Comic-Con one. This is the one that Kylo showed, but he had too much of a glare because of the protector, which I'm kind of getting too.
Take it out of the box so I can see it. My
I can't.
Pot shots from cheap seats.
So that's
Do it.
Now the
There we
red
go.
one's coming out April 10th.
yes, and that's a Target exclusive,
Yeah, it's going to be the reverse, the red with the black.
Yeah.
which they have the 10-inch for both of them. And I was thinking about getting the 10-inch, and I was like, I don't really have room for them. And then once these came out, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get the 10-inch to go along, so you have the big and the small. And then I was like, you know what? I don't feel like spending that much money for the pops, and I don't have room for 10-inch pops. So unless it was something that I really liked or collected, then. But yeah, so I kind of gave up on that one. And then the last one that we have here is
Nice.
the Darth Vader graffiti one.
See who?
So I now have Darth Vader, and I have the R2D2, which I don't think the R2D2's in the States yet.
No, he's not. I know the Stormtrooper is supposed to be trickling out right now. C-3PO is next month, and R2D2 is in the States. It's kind of like the death. We don't know yet. It's kind of quarantine. We don't know when it's what's going on with it.
Well, Funko had announced last week that they were stopping their shipments. So what that entails, I don't know. I mean, everything's going to be off. That way with when GameStop does reopen, is everything going to be shipped normally then? Is Amazon going to get their shipments? So I might as well just wait until the next wave of something comes out, or take my deposits that I have on the Funkos and put those towards Black Series and buy the Funkos off of Amazon. So I mean that's kind of like where I am. I don't want to. If it's going to be the same amount, if it's going to be the same time frame, anyways, I don't want to go and buy them again, or I already have down payments on them, or they're. I mean, GameStop is $5. You have to put $5 on the pop, and
Right.
So when they come, it's $6 for each one. So I'm just going to try and figure out what's going on with that, because then if I am going to get them off Amazon, I got to order them quickly because they're already coming out or should be out. But I don't know if Funko has stopped distributing them because of the virus. That it doesn't even really matter right now, or.
Well, a lot of the boxes I see have from either China or Vietnam, so that's where a lot of that originated from. But I'm thinking whatever's in the warehouses, they're still going to send out. We're just not getting anything, from overseas to fill the warehouses for a while. So whatever, say, GameStop has, that's what GameStop is going to be sending out or shipping, because they already have it. And then you say May is just gonna have to wait till when, and then it's just gonna be backdated.
I was
a lot of them are already produced and sitting in warehouses. It just depends on when, say, GameStop decides they want to drop them.
Well, I was on the phone this morning with Entertainment Earth. Have you guys ever bought anything from Entertainment Earth?
No, but I know.
And they told me, I was updating some my credit card information, but they told me that things were still shipping as as planned, but I don't know if that was just because the guy I was talking to didn't know any better or if things are. So we'll see in a couple days. He said I'm supposed to be getting something Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll see. I kind of doubt it, but he seemed to think that things were still shipping as planned.
I mean, I would like to be one of the first people to get it, just so I can show you guys. But it's not that big of a deal to me if I'm not, just as long as I can get it and don't have to pay eBay prices for it, is what my main concern is. And speaking of that, I tried to, Andy, I don't know if I tried to forward you the email I got. Andy and I are part of a very exclusive collectors thing. I don't know if you call it a group or a cult or whatever it is.
Support group.
So support group. And I mean, my name is going to be in the book. Unfortunately, Andy's not because I couldn't swing it with all my connections. But we have some stuff coming from China, and the book should have been here a month or two ago, and it was shut down because of the virus. And I just got an email that things are looking better and they should be up and running soon. So what that means, I don't really know. But that book, when I do get it, I will probably be doing, like I just put out a video for my patrons. I don't know if my patrons got that video on the Patreon. That's what I was trying to figure out, if it went out to just the patrons, or if it went onto the Patreon wall, so anybody that checks out my Patreon can get it. I'm not sure how that works. But so that just went out. But when I get that book, I am going to probably put that out, and like I'm doing with Rural Farm Boy right now with the visual dictionary, probably go through that and do that for the patrons only.
Ooh, let's do that. Yeah. Let's do that.
This one.
So, Christina, I'm always horrible at reading the chat. I'll talk to you afterwards about that. The Revan and the Super Battle Droid, and then the other thing that GameStop did is they dropped a Clone Commander and didn't tell anybody that it was coming out. They just sent it out. The only problem with that is, like, the stores don't get extras, or it depends on the store, I guess. In New York City, stores don't get extra because there's so many stores. They don't want to get stuck with any inventory, or get stuck with the inventory for a long period of time. Like the one that was the European Comic-Con exclusive of the Luke that opens up. They had that one. I could have gotten that one at my GameStop for a couple months. I didn't, though, because it had a price sticker on. They put price stickers right on the front of it. And it's like, I don't want to spend $40 on a Black Series and ruin the box by taking the sticker off of it. So, you know, I was like, all right, you know.
That's why you take it out of the box, Mike.
What?
You just take it out of the box and no big deal. You play with it.
Wait, they come out of the box?
Yeah, you do. My dad
Can I show you something real quick, guys? My daughter has both her feet stuck in a box. She can't move.
But I can fill up my tail around. And it's moving so easy. But I can kind of.
I'm sorry, guys.
That was
so good. That was so good.
I gotta go handle this thing here, guys. So I'll try and check in a little bit.
All right, Andy.
Right now.
Yeah. Do what must be done, Andy. Oh, I
Been
still
there,
remember them days. I still remember them days when my girls were little. And Kylo, yeah, live it up, buddy. Your girl's still a little bit little. Yeah, remember every minute. Remember every moment when she's little. Because mine are grown up. Live it up.
But that's I just noticed Kylo's shirt. I was gonna get one of those, and now I can't because they're not delivering. They're only delivering to stores for me
It
to
should
pick
have
up.
already shipped out though.
I didn't get one.
Oh,
I didn't order one. I can still go out and order it, but it has to be shipped to the store, I believe. And my size is gone too, so I just need, if I get one, I have to get a 3X and just shrink it down or not lose weight. But yeah, that's, you know.
These are running a tad bit small because the last one I got in this size fits me right, but then the box for this one fits like the size smaller.
Yeah, because there's that one and then the Kylo Ren from Target.
Oh no, Christina's gonna be all over Target. Let's go! Be with her in
You got
Target.
it right over there.
Oh.
I just can't wear that one because it's too
I
small.
can wear that one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, so that's I guess that's it for collecting. Collecting, we don't know what's going on. It's kind of on hold maybe because you have the Black Series supposed to come out in April. The beginning of April, middle of April, depending on who it is. It's weird because GameStop gets certain things before Amazon. Amazon gets certain things before GameStop. GameStop sometimes says theirs is going to come out April 24th, and it comes out April, the same time as whatever. But I don't know because GameStop gets it a week after it comes out because it's shipped to the warehouse on that day. So it's kind of Amazon, or they're kind of crazy when it comes to the collectibles and toys and things like that. So it's kind of hard to really figure it out. I might just go to Entertainment Earth, or what's the other one? What's the one, Anthony? What's the one that Dallas uses all the time? The one in Utah, Megapolis,
Yes.
Megapolis.
I was going to say box lunch, but no, it's Megalopolis.
Megalopolis. Yeah, I was looking at their stuff, and you can buy the whole set of whatever it is usually coming out, and it's about the same price. They're a little bit more because they're a private owned place, so you're paying $22 or $23 instead of $20 for a Black Series, but you can get all 5 for $104, so it ends up being the same. So I might just go and do that because now it's too uncertain, and Amazon doesn't have the best track record with shipping things and not being damaged. So, Ro, while you're here, if you're still here, you got a mashup for us? Anybody else got a mashup for us in here?
What's a mashup?
What?
Use the name of Star Wars and like celebrity.
If we use a name of celebrity?
Yeah, like I did Jar Jar Abrams instead of J.J. Abrams.
So
I don't have just the one, but now I want to hear what Kyla's little girl might got to think what she's got to say.
Sorry, that's the first thing that came to my head. Leave me alone. Yeah, tell them what I said.
You tell them you have a mouth.
Okay. No.
Yeah, see, you don't even want to repeat that one.
Don't laugh at me.
I can't even sit by you with that one. I need to move. 6 feet. 6 feet. You're too close.
You don't listen to that. You don't listen to what anybody tells you.
Let's see.
Oh boy.
This is just
I don't know, man. I'm even looking to try to pick off a name just to work
The
with.
conversations that have happened off camera today are better than any that have happened on camera since we've been doing this. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, it's always fun. And then this one here, I love doing videos with her. She's a character. But usually, like normally, like when we're on here, she's watching what the hell are you guys watching up there?
American
Freaking,
Idol.
they're watching American Idol.
I don't. She usually
American
sits.
Idol gets done. She has to shower and normally go to bed, so she doesn't usually get to join
But there's
in.
no school. Amen. I hate school.
But you should still be reading and learning and doing all that stuff, anyways.
About that.
She's reading with her ears.
That's all right.
So she's still she found a thing online, you know, I guess they do things on Google, like Google Classroom, I think they call it. And or Mayan or whatever the hell it is. And I walked in there the other day and she's doing it, and it was like an Audible book. I was just like, you're learning quickly, kid. you're learning, you know.
I was learning about France, and I was learning about Roanoke Island and stuff like that. Because I had to for stupid e-learning.
Okay, Kyla, how old is she? How old is she?
She's going to be 14 on May 7th.
14.
So
she's
almost 14.
Yes. She's 1 year older than my youngest girl. And she's on point. Yes, she's on point. Keep pushing her, telling her she's doing her best. Because you just said she was much smarter than you are now. I can speak to that. Because even my youngest girl, when I was her age, so much smarter than I am.
Oh, yeah.
Little girl, little girl, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep learning, because it'll take you past your dad.
Well, yeah, like without a doubt. But the benefit for them is they're always with something in their hands, electronically reading, learning, whatever. Back when we were kids, we were outside, you know, breaking windows with baseballs and you know, and riding bikes and jumping and cutting our legs and arms up. You know, so that's the benefit. They're going to be a lot smarter than us. You know, at least I would hope. They may not know how to change a tire or change oil or you know how to fix something, but you know what? They're gonna come running out the door to me with a YouTube video for me to watch if I don't know what I'm doing. You know, they know how to find out how to do it that way. You know, so I mean,
also agreed.
I'm just amazed by the way the kids are. You know, they are smarter, I think, educational and maybe book wise, but when it comes to street smarts, that's where they're lacking, unfortunately. Because none of these kids, there's a playground at the end of our block. Never a single kid
I've
down
gone
there.
several times.
That's because they send you down there.
No,
you
can't
learn.
But I mean,
You
you
can't
see.
Nobody learns real world.
There's no more.
Nobody learns real world smarts on this. You can't learn real world smarts on this.
There's no Sandlot football, Sandlot baseball. You know,
that'd be fun.
There's none of that no more. You don't ever see it. Unfortunately, it's sad.
Agreed.
But they're playing around on phones, and yeah, they're getting smarter. You know, so I guess a trade-off, maybe. I don't know.
Sort of, kind of.
But
Yeah,
she's a lot. But see, the thing is she's a good student, but she's a hell of a lot smarter than what her grades show. She should be like friggin' 4.0. You know, she's that smart. The grades just don't. You know, she's on a roll, I'll tell you that. But oh, look, we got Christina with the
Christina.
What's up? Can y'all
Miss
hear
How you
Chris.
doing, Christina?
Oh, I can hear you, Chris. We can all hear you, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's got her devil horns or her kitty ears on.
Hmm. Yeah.
I like your stocking hat. Or is that a stocking hat or is that a headband?
It's a hat. It's cold.
Okay.
It's
It's
cold.
Hey, Michael,
cold.
is it snowing?
It's cold
Is it
here.
snowing?
No. Mm-mm.
It snowed.
Not in South Carolina.
It
Because
was
we got like
snowing.
4 inches last
It
night.
was
We did.
it was raining. It started raining last night and it rained all day today. But when I got off the train to go to work, I went from Brooklyn to Queens, and well, it was still technically Brooklyn, but it's on the border. Because I picked up an overtime shift somewhere else instead of just working at my place and losing hours. It was like hail, like little tiny hail pellets, but it rained all day too. So
It started snowing yesterday about what do you say
Early
about
in the morning.
like late morning, early afternoon when Austin was here, and by the time I put the dogs out last night before I went to bed, there was like 4 inches on the ground.
There's a little bit more.
Like we
So
got
Kyle
hit.
always got his girl with him, and I see Miss Chris got her girl with her
And her
and her
dog.
pop.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
I would have my dogs in it, but my dogs all weigh about 70, 80 pounds.
yeah, it was myself, Christina, and the ambassador last week, and Christina and I both had our dogs. And I told the ambassador he's got a cat, and he's like, no. Sometimes his cat's antisocial, sometimes she's not. I mean, she's a cat, so what do you expect? But his cat was in the other room, and it was just, I don't know what the point was to that, but yeah. So we both had our dogs, but anyways, Christina, did you get any toys this week?
No, not really. I'm waiting on the Raven, but I found this dude. He got plenty of toys. I mean, every week I'm buying something. If somebody needs anything, just call, message me, and I don't want no money. I buy it and I give it away. So, yep.
Much love, sweetheart. We appreciate that. I've been wanting that thing. The story behind that, I don't know if you know, when it came out, the day it came out, it was me and 2 other Black Series. Well, I'm not a huge Black Series guy. I do collect them. I collect Black Series like Michael collects Funko Pops. I do have some. I do have a few. But when that morning when they came out was the morning when the big 10-inch Boba Fett's came out, and then the original painted up Futura Boba Fett came out. So what I did was I had that in my cart, and I looked at it a couple of different times. And the one guy I stood outside with, it was raining and cold as hell that morning. I was like, you know what? Here, you're more of a Black Series guy than I am. I was like, I got home, and I see a couple people had it, and they opened it up. I'm like, well, damn it, I should never gave it up. So that's why I waited around and tried to find one. And we love it. Even she loves it, and we thank you for being nice enough to track one down and send it out. Appreciate it very, very much.
I can change for Kylo Ren. That's all. I don't need no money.
But you got something coming back. I saved your address.
Oh, okay.
You got something coming, but we're working. There's one more piece I want to get to a store and get, and see if I can still track one of the Kylos down. But I mean, we're working on something for you.
But like I said, I mean, I don't need no money. If y'all need something, just message me, and I got my friend. He can hook me up.
Yeah, well,
we got something good coming for you though. So
it's all good. I'm doing this because it's good to have friends in the other side. So
that it is. Mr. Russ just said this is the way.
This is the way.
So
yeah,
I need to. There's a couple things I need to work on, because even though I don't collect Funko Pops, I started acquiring some Funko Pops. So my Black series has dwindled down a little bit. So like I got I don't know where they are. I got all those Black series, but I'm missing like the second wave of like Cara Dune. I got Jana, but I need like Cara Dune and a couple other ones. But those ones are easy to find. Well, the Cara Dune's not, but I need to find those GameStop ones, because those GameStop ones are going to be the difficult ones, I think, to find. And I just don't know what to do now with the price of them, what they're going to do. I have so they're going for, I put a bid on one, but I'm probably not going to get, because it's a couple days out and it's kind of low on the Clone Commander one. It's $37 Canadian. Oh, the Greer. Is that the Greer?
That's
Gree.
cool.
Gree?
Commander Gree.
Yeah, that one's
Gree. Yeah.
that one's cool.
Does anybody needs it? Because he's selling me for 15.
For 15?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll go give you a shopping list of stuff that I need, and
Okay.
I'll Venmo you some money. Because if you can get, because no, you can't. It's 20. Even if I use Hasbro Pulse, it's like $22 or $23. That's the whole thing. It's like, if I want to go and buy, which one's that? Oh, that's the Jet Trooper.
That's a carbonized super. Yeah.
You got it? I think I saw it.
Yeah.
You got it, Mike.
Yeah.
So he's selling me this. This one is telling me that he will do it for me for $5 if I get the other one. So it'll be what, 20 in total? So somebody wants it?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll chat later on. Because like there's a bunch of other ones that I need too. Just that I'll give you a list of what I need, and you see what you can find for me and find out prices for me.
I will not. I already told you I don't want no money.
Well,
I find it, and I mean, I'm glad. I don't collect this. I only collect color and stuff. So for me, if I find it cheap and y'all saying 50s and 30s, if you can give me for a good price, I just send it to y'all. There's no problem.
okay. Well, this is the way, and that's how that's how things happen sometimes. And then all of a sudden, things end up on your doorstep that you don't know how they. I just got to make sure that Kylo and I are doing the same thing. Well, then again, you probably wouldn't care. So
I don't care. I really don't. But like I said, it's just a matter of what y'all need. I mean, I can make deals with him, and so.
Okay, yeah, I have a big list.
Great.
Of stuff to catch up on. But,
bring it on.
Good.
Yeah. So
good, because I ain't seen none of them in my areas around me. So what Miss Christine is finding, yeah, I ain't never found that in stores around me. Not even one.
Well, I haven't either, but I live in a huge collecting area where you got to be out and at the door. Like when me and Austin go out, we're out an hour to almost 2 hours before the store opens, just so we can hold down front line to get the stuff we want. Like for the Boba Fett's that Michael showed, we waited outside that morning for an hour and a half before the store opened, just so we could get in there and get those. I mean, it's that rough.
Can't just imagine.
Around here. So.
Cannot just imagine.
The 7 o'clock opens. Like if the Target opens at 7, he leaves the house at like 4, and he's there like 5:30. Holding it down, and we get there about 6:15, and then we're holding it down for half hour or so, and then the store opens. We for the ECC ones, we held it down there. 7 o'clock went in. We can only get one apiece. We each got one there. Turned around and we peeled out to the store that was like 20 minutes away. We had that opened at 8 o'clock. We had to wait like a half an hour for that one to open up, and then there was a wrap. And then after that, I headed back to town because we were shopping like 45 minutes away from my house. Wrapped up out there with him. I came back into my own town and I picked up a couple more for a couple of the other guys in our group. So I was out from probably like 6 a.m. to about 1 o'clock shopping and picking up stuff for, guys in our group that needed it. And then there's a big old drop down on the post office, last week. Sent out like something like 16, some weird amount of boxes. Is ridiculous. These like 16 or 17 boxes, or I don't even remember. I have to look at the receipts, but yeah, I put them all. I had to take them in the bed of my truck. Just put the boxes back there, and I cruised over to the post office, which is at the other end of my neighborhood.
Yep. Get what you're saying, buddy. Get what you're saying.
But I mean, I was off. My day off, I'll run around and I'll look for my friends all damn day long on my day off.
This is the way.
So. Yes, sir. Well, I think I might just about do it for tonight. I'm planning on sometime tomorrow doing a little bit of Fallen Order. Did you hear that?
No, he's not.
Also, remember, Rebel Scum's doing live chats, probably 4 more tomorrow.
They're doing
that live chat.
They're doing 9, 12, 3, and 7. Every day.
Every day. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tag some friends.
Rebel Scum.
Rebel Scum. Yes, tag some friends. Let's get some more new friends in there.
Well, I'll probably miss more 9, 12. I'll be working during those, but I'll try to catch either the 3 or the 7.
Yep, do it as you can. You're not expected to. We see you there. We'll be glad to see you there. Do it as you can.
I don't know what to do with my pen. We got to.
I literally just saw it when I walked out of there.
Well, don't steal my stuff.
No,
Oh, here, it's on the table.
I don't understand.
All right, so.
Yes, sir.
I really didn't think of many of them because I didn't have time to.
All right, so since we only had 4 people enter the contest.
Alrighty.
Not fair.
Damn.
You didn't let me enter.
You weren't.
What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want, Princess Leia?
Yeah, Princess Leia.
I know. I'm just kidding.
No, she's over here. Well, I didn't get but she didn't come up with a mashup name. So.
I didn't know that. So.
But go on.
All
Snackers.
I got like slightly offended when you call someone else Princess Leia aside from me. Who are you talking to?
Kylo's daughter.
Oh.
This one right here.
So for Kylo,
don't tell me your face, girl. We heard you.
For Kylo, I'm gonna get rid of Galactic Porg.
She does it on live streams, but boy, will she show her ass and act a fool in the video we do? My God!
Don't hide your face, girl. We see you.
It's a fool in every video we do, and then when I'm on here with you guys, she's like, "Oh my God!"
You got jokes, Dad.
All right, so for Kylo, I'm gonna get rid of Galactic Porgs.
That's okay.
No,
I only
don't like that one.
I only said that one for you.
I know. I think for Cam, he had 2. He had Ellen. The other one, I think Honey Naboo. Wasn't that his one, Honey Naboo?
Yeah, I think he was,
Honey Naboo.
and then I think he wasn't an Ellen DeGenosian or something like that.
Yeah. I think Honey Naboo.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's funny.
Andy had a bunch of them, but
yeah. Well, Andy's played the game.
Well, because that's how it started. I didn't know Andy and Charles were playing the game in the chat last week because I wasn't watching the chat like normal, and then it carried over to the next, and then I was like, all right, stop. You started in the chat. We're gonna end it in the chat. But all right, so I think Andy, Snow Speeder Gonzalez, and Panda Baba O'Reilly. I think Snow Speeder Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Charles.
Oh, jeez.
It's true.
Yeah, I gotta go back and scroll back. Oh, that's back away.
What are you guys' thoughts on Charles?
What did he?
Yeah.
I don't like the Chad one. I'm gonna get rid of that one.
What were Charles's ones again?
Yeah, the Unkar. I can't read what I wrote down here. Unkar. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it and see what he said. What his Unkar plot one was.
What do you put your name?
I'm gonna have to. I wrote it down really quick. I don't know
She's doing
what
the
it was.
hearings again of the lifesavers. Oh my god!
So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back and see what Charles was, because I can't read 2 of them. 2 of them I got rid of because I didn't like, and then the other 2 I'm not sure what they were, so I need to pick out of those 2. Not that I didn't like them, but I didn't think they were as strong as the other ones, I think. So I'll do that, and I'll put them up on the Twitterverse tonight, tomorrow morning, whatever it works out to be. And then I will have that announced on next week's show.
Alrighty.
And I'll probably do something like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but
Okay.
all right. So
Captain Tarth.
Captain Tarth.
Yeah.
You say it.
If you want to do something like Captain Brienne of Tarth or Captain Tarth for Captain Phasma.
no, him. She said no that you want to because she doesn't like Game of Thrones. You do.
I like Game of Thrones. I just don't watch it because I'm only 13.
She's seen some of them where I had to edit the episodes for her.
You can't edit the episodes. You just went to the non-nudity ones.
Oh yeah.
That's editing the episodes.
She didn't get to see, apparently. She didn't see many episodes. I don't know. What do you... Well, if I win, you can have it.
Have what?
What he's giving away.
What is he giving?
Pop.
If you weren't watching American Idol, you would know right now.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Dad, you're so mean to me.
Shots are fired.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
how the hell is American Idol when the Bacta tank is on, yo?
Because they're singing.
So what? We're
You guys
talking
should
Star Wars.
sing. You should sing.
I was actually thinking about that because there's a couple of people that do like a karaoke thing. I got to find out how they do it because you use some karaoke program, so you don't get copyright hit on it. And I was listening to the other day when I was at work. Darth Lunga was doing it, and him and a couple of other people were singing karaoke. And some people are really good at karaoke.
Yeah,
And like you watch it, you're like listen to it, and you're like, oh, that's really good. These guys wasn't the case, but they were good songs, and I sang along with them at work, and people were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Karaoke, you wouldn't understand." So
I've seen a couple of the guys like Brant and DK and a couple of guys from our group have done it on YouTube, and it's hilarious because he got stuck doing something like what the hell is it? Taylor Swift and one of them got stuck doing like Britney Spears or something. You got these grown guys singing Taylor Swift. It's pretty good. So I mean, it is possible. I'll find out how to do it or what the thing for it is.
And then the other thing I got to find out is how you watch movies and not have the movie on the screen, but like I'm watching the movie here, doing a commentary with it, but you can still hear it. And that copyright strikes on that. So I don't really know how that works.
Like the only thing that drives me nuts is I get nailed with copyright every time I stream. It's ridiculous. Like Fallen Order, like 5 minutes into my stream, I get the email notification on my phone. Copyright has been created for your, like, damn, it just loaded up. I'm in the middle of slicing a creature with my lightsaber. My phone's going off with copyright.
I've only gotten Scooby Snacks. How you doing? Thanks for joining us.
No.
I only got hit one time with a copyright, but it wasn't a strike. It was just you can't monetize on this. And it took away watch time and views and whatever else it was from it, I think. And that's fine, whatever. I'm not,
I think no, you still keep your views and the watch time, but once you go over the peak to become monetized, all of the timing on that one is thrown out, but you still get to keep that all the way up to the monetizing. And then after you monetize, you won't get, the kickback for that video or the videos with that on it. But monetize, what are you going to get maybe for that video? Like a quarter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
right now they gave me I projected once I monetize to make anywhere between $12 and $120 a year. But that's also because it goes by views also, not your watch time. So right. I do a 3-hour video right now and I get 40 hours of watch time just from this video. It's nothing compared to if I make 60 10-minute videos or whatever.
Right.
What would it be? It would be but you know what I'm saying. It'd be 30 10-minute videos. I'd make more money making 3 10-minute video or 30 10-minute videos than I would off of this. That's why, it's still not even worth it for me if I ever do monetize. Like when me and Anthony do the book, we do it for an hour and a half. I could break it up to we just do one page and stop it.
Yeah.
instead of going and doing it for an hour and a half, just like, here's page 1, here's page 2, and it actually might get more people to watch it. But I don't want to sit there and break it up every page by page.
Right.
Because it breaks up the whole flow of me. I'm sitting here talking with a friend about the book with other Star Wars friends, and maybe somebody's going to watch it. And, the people that are going to watch it, that really care about it, are probably going to, if they can only watch 10 minutes at a time, they're going to watch 10 minutes and start it over again, and watch 10 minutes and start it over again to get through the hour and a half.
Yeah, we got to pick that up where we left off at. We got to pick that up where we left off at.
I think tomorrow sounds like a good day.
I'm game. Home all day. Hit me up.
We'll
Say
figure out
when.
time. Yeah, I'll figure out time that we can do. I got some studying I gotta do, and
Her dog is small.
I know. Is he singing?
Yep. Say when. I'm ready. I'll pause
Yeah,
my
well,
playlist. We'll carry on.
we'll do one tomorrow.
Say
We'll see.
when.
We'll try and get. I'll let you know. You heard the boss. She already told me when I said I'm going to try and play Fallen Order. She told me no. I said I'm going to try and play some Fallen Order tomorrow. She said no, you're not. And I said okay. But yeah, so,
We heard.
Oh my God.
We heard.
so we'll figure it out. I can probably do a little Fallen Order. I can probably do a little bit of the book. I got a little bit of studying I got to do. That still gives me time to spend time with her. And then, well, I'm also working tomorrow.
Yep, spend time with your girl.
Tomorrow's
And look
Tuesday.
forward.
I'm working Wednesday and Thursday morning. So we got Wednesday and Thursday night. We can do try and get something. And then I'm working Friday second shift, and then I'm off on Saturday. I'm working Sunday first shift, and that's as far as I know because, yeah, I mean I might try and pick up. Well, no, because I get paid for half a day for not working on Saturday because I was already scheduled. So I probably won't pick up a shift at the other place because that'll mess me up. Yeah. So I this week I know my schedule and I'm free tomorrow when she tells me I'm free, and then I'm free Wednesday and Thursday night when she tells me I'm free, and then Saturday when she tells me I'm free, and Sunday night when she tells me I'm free. So. But
that's okay. She's spoken.
Yeah, I'll probably get out of work at 4:00 on Sunday, and Darth Lungus stream is going to start, so I'll probably watch that one. He had Dominic Pace on yesterday. When I caught the beginning of that, I didn't watch the whole thing because I was at work, but so. But yeah, I think that that does it for tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Anthony, and we'll try and figure out some time to get it at least a couple in because, well, now that you're not working either, it makes it easier because now if I have time during the day, we can do one during the day. Where before, if you were working during the day and I was working at night, we couldn't do one. So now it doesn't really matter. You got your mornings free now, your days free for the most part. You're not working, I should say. I shouldn't say they're free, but you're not working. So.
Yeah, I'm homebounded. Yeah, available anytime. I'll pause my podcast playlist and we'll do. Kind of been missing you playing Fallen Order through your live streams because you got to go.
I got shortened days home by 2.
I still got I got to fool around and try and get a little bit more 100% complete and gain a couple more of my things and then go back to Mandalore. I think, but then once I get that done, my plan is I'm going to get Battlefront and play Battlefront on YouTube, and then do another playthrough of Fallen Order on Twitch. But I gotta check out Twitch because people are telling me, like I was also saying, we were talking with D Raven a couple weeks ago about trying to get a game day going on and playing some Trivial Pursuit. So maybe do that on Twitch. I gotta figure Twitch. I have a Twitch account. I've never used it. Yes.
Yeah, Jen and Bella. Yeah, let's do that. That's fun.
So, it's weird because now, before it was Sunday and Mondays were my day off, and I had to spend that with my girlfriend, and she usually worked one of them, and then on the other one that she wasn't working, she was working from home. So, I'd still sneak away and have my Monday night doing this, but we'll see how it works out because now I can, once I do stop working less and I'm spending more time with her, she'll want me to play more video games and do more streaming. So
that's what happened with mine.
Yep.
Go find something to do. Okay.
Yeah, it's right now. It's spend time with me. Spend time with me. Spend time with because I haven't stopped work. I'm working since this virus thing hit. I'm working more, or I'm gone more because instead of being 15 minutes from the house, I'm working an hour from the house or whatever, and a little extra time traveling around. So I'm gone more, and then she's home the whole time, the whole day, just sitting there. So she's actually happy when I come home to see me. So that will change soon enough, though. Don't worry. But, all right.
Yep.
I think I should.
Any of you have neither one of me to spend time with each or any of you, call upon me. I'm your humble servant. Please ask. I'm available.
All right, Christina, I'll talk to you later on tonight.
Okay.
And
yep,
unless it's too late for me to get a list going, I'll give you that list tomorrow morning so you can at least talk to your guy and get a price on it or figure stuff out. Just because, the cheapest I saw the Battle Droid 4 was $39.95, and the cheapest I found Revan 4 was like
Which
50.
one? The new Raven, the Black
Yeah.
Series, the one that I got, that I'm waiting.
Yeah, the cheapest I found that one for was 50, and the Battle Droid was 40, and then the cheapest I found the Clone Commander.
I found mine for 33.
The Revan.
Yes, but it's not mine. He's already got an owner too.
But so I'm looking for those two, and then the new GameStop Revan or Clone Commander. He's got I've only seen him once. So he's got blue on him. Those are the three from GameStop, and then there's a new one coming out from GameStop. But if GameStop only goes to digital or mail, I can't see that happening. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. Everyone be safe and don't hoard toilet paper.
Always.
Don't hoard toilet paper. There's
no, just pick up what you need to pick up for yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, like I would, because I don't feel like going to get toilet paper all the time, I would get like the biggest case that Amazon sells, and that would last me for months. Whatever it's like,
Same.
whatever it's Charmin's like biggest roll that they have in the biggest pack that they have, and I'd get a case of it, and it'd be like my girlfriend would be mad because there'd be no place to put it. I'd put the case, and it would be underneath the kitchen table. which no one would ever see or know it was there, but she would know it was there, so she didn't like it there. But I'd have to get toilet paper every 4 months or 6 months, so who really cares?
No, just need to get what you need to get as you need to get it. Leave
well, no,
some
that's what
for other.
that's what I used to get. Yeah, that's the one.
There's
Okay.
there's
I
always
text.
more.
I text him. If he said if I get the other two, he gets me this for free.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
All right. Yeah.
cool.
So you want this one, right?
I want the 3 new. I want the 3 new games. I need all the GameStop ones, but right now I want the 3 new GameStop ones. The Jedi Revan, the
He
Super
got plenty
Battle,
of that. He got plenty of that. The Raven.
Super Battle Droid, and then this one, the new one, and then I need. There's a couple other GameStop exclusive ones that I need, but I can deal with those ones later because those are easier to find or not as new, not as hard to come out. My only thing is I don't want them to be the ones that right now they're $40, $50, $60. But what's going to happen? Are they going to go on to $25 or $30, or are they going to be the ones that go up to $100? And that's kind of the game you got to play. It's like, sometimes it's better to buy them at 40 or 50 just in case they do go down to 30. You're only losing $10. But if they go up to 70 and 80, you don't have to pay that extra. So, but it's like that Funko that I had that I was talking about or that I showed, the Stranger Things one, the Chase. You could only get it at Baskin Robbins, so it was hard to find. And people were going all around Baskin Robbins and finding it. And then you couldn't find them anywhere. And then all of a sudden, only a couple stores must have gotten deliveries for them. And they had like I went into the one store and they probably had 20 of them. And I bought like 5 or 6, not to resell, for friends that said they wanted it or were looking for it. And then a couple of people that were looking for it found it at the same time I did. And I'm like, okay, well, it cost me $14. It's on sale. They're selling on eBay for $40. I don't really want to sell them. I want to save them for friends that need them. And I should have turned around and sold it for $40, but that's not really my thing because now they're $20 or whatever. So even if I did try and sell them, I'd probably lose money once you do it with the shipping. But if it's somebody that likes Stranger Things, it's cool because it's a nice little gift to throw them. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for today. And Kylo,
I'll be a first. I'll be a first. Good night, friends.
All right, Royal Farm Boy.
Royal Farm Boy.
See you in the next live chat. Maybe it's Rebel Scum. Look for Rebel Scum tomorrow. Hope to see all of yous in that live chat. May the force be with you.
All right, and everybody, you can find Rural Farm Boy on Twitter at Rural Farm Boy. And who else do we have on here? We had Charlie Skywalker on here. You can find Charlie Skywalker on Twitter at Charlie Skywalker. And he is on Star Wars for the Ages. He has a podcast. You had Charles on here. You can find him at Conversations on Twitter, and he has the Conversations podcast. And you had Andy on here. You can find Andy at the Holochronicles. Andy has the Holochronicles podcast. And you can find Kylo at Kylo Ren Flores on
here.
On here.
Only here.
On here. And you can find Darth Kylo, aka Kylo Customs, on Twitter at Kylo Customs, and Instagram and Twitter, and whatever else you find him on. Yeah, there you go. And you know where to find me.
We're everywhere.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.